Hey guys, welcome to another New Zealand's Biggest Gap Year video. About 2 years ago, Laura and I decided to tackle 365 activities all around New Zealand in only 365 days. It was an epic year, and today we are exploring the town of Whanganui. We're spending about 24 hours there, and we try to do as much things as possible, so check it out. And at the end of the video, we're going to go through all the comments that I got when we first published this story, and there is a lot of them, so we're going to answer all your questions and you'll know everything you want to know about Whanganui or Whanganui. Well, you know which one it is at the end of the video. See you then.
I'm not afraid to take a stand. Everybody can take my hand. I don't know which way we're facing. which way are we facing?
Laura's in charge of the map today. She's directing us through the beautiful Whanganui town.
Okay, let's go. I know where we're going. We're just gonna go up one more time and then we're gonna turn right.
Today we are going to be following the advice of Matt, which is one of the owner of the 42B College House hostel where we're currently staying. When we checked in, he actually took the time to write a whole map and a whole lot of things that we should be seeing around the area, the city center of Whanganui. So he took the time to give us so many recommendations that would be rude of us not to check them out, right? So we are going to be following his advice and going to all the streets that he told us to and check out all the main highlights of the city.
Halfway down Victoria Avenue is this big square with a few museums and art galleries, and we see a big sign saying free entry into the Whanganui Museum, so of course we head into there. It's about the social history of the region. So we have obviously the Maori side of things, the Maori artifacts that were found in the region. For instance, they have 3 giant war canoes / Maori wakas. There's that whole section, that whole really fascinating Maori history. Really cool to see because it's so far from our own history. And then we get the European settlers' history side.
We're done at the museum and we keep on walking down Victoria Avenue. We stumble upon a lot of pretty old buildings and all the phone booths, and then a lovely steampunk shop. So steampunk is always a culture that has interested me. It's really kind of alternative and it always looks really cool. I mean, like Mad Max fan and those kind of things. So I think that's pretty awesome.
All down this street, there's loads of different Victorian style buildings, I think. They're all colourful and flamboyant. Yeah, this is not really what we were expecting from Whanganui, but it's pretty awesome. This main street's really nice to look at. It's a pleasure to walk down.
There's a historic elevator, and as tourists, we have to take the most touristy way to get up to the top.
So walking toward the elevator, there is a massive Maori wall, which I am not 100% sure why it's there. I don't know what's the Maori significance of that specific tunnel and everything. I couldn't find out some information, but it looks really cool. You get a lot of tikis, which are some poles and totems, and all the faces are sculpted differently, which is pretty epic. So we make our way toward the tunnels, looking at each of those faces that are looking back at us.
Surprisingly, these Maori carvings and this tunnel is where we spend most of our time today. It's really it's again just a simple thing. It's a tunnel, but tunnels are so cool. The historic elevator is down a tunnel which goes on for ages, and it is has the most hilarious echo. It's an echo of 1 second delay, so if you make a really short burst of the sound, a second later you'll hear it at the other side of the tunnel, and we just have so much fun with that. It's just a simple thing, but we're just shouting down this tunnel for ages.
Well, looks like you need to pay with cash. Do we have any cash? It looks like we're taking the stairs then, after all that.
Hey Laura!
got cash?
There is a massive ruckus when we hear the elevator arriving. We step in and Laura pays the lady. I don't think you can see how much it rocks on camera, but seriously it was rocking quite a lot and I did not feel safe. But after this extreme elevator in Whanganui, we are finally up the hill and ready to climb the water tower.
We may have avoided taking the steps to get up to this water tower, but there is no avoiding taking the steps to get to the top of the water tower.
That's the second water tower we are climbing in the last week. I feel like I have a certain connection with water tower now.
We went up the Hawera water tower and my god, that was quite the climb. But this one is just no breaks between steps. This is just a relentless spiral staircase all the way to the top. At the top, there's like an amazing view all around. We see the city, but then there's like the huge Whanganui River that's like winding its way through the city. This is like a really awesome view, and you can get up the water tower for free, so we're happy. This is actually a really cool thing to do in Whanganui, and I would recommend that to anyone coming here.
So we are currently in
Whanganui.
on the
Whanganui River. But some people say Whanganui because it's spelled W-H and people can't pronounce F.
So how do you spell the town that we are in right now?
Well, the town has changed its name from Whanganui to Wanganui, so it's now spelled W-A-N-G-A-N-U-I.
We got there at the end. We arrived back at the hostel where tonight I am going to rock the Subway style sandwiches, finishing our bread from Mania.
Tomorrow, we are on our way to Whanganui, which is the carrot capital of New Zealand. Oh my god. Whew. We've seen a lot of capitals in New Zealand so far. By far, Mania bread capital has been my favourite one so far. I can't wait to see the carrot capital.
Alright guys, so as you can see there is plenty to do in this little town, even if you're just hanging about, because that's basically what we did for the whole day, right? Just hanging about in the town and go here and there and everywhere, and here you go. So let's check out a few of the comments that we received on this video, so we'll give you some answer. An official bucket list family likes the elevator, said that was awesome. Yeah, that's actually kind of a really unusual kind of things to see in New Zealand. First, tunnel. There is really not that many tunnels in this country. And then second, those kind of big towery elevators. It's kind of fun. Okay, so someone, Joe, was actually saying that he wants to give us a lesson how to pronounce Whanganui. So it's Whanganui. So here you go, Whanganui. And I apologize, I have a strong French accent, so every time I try to pronounce something, I just kind of screw it up a little bit, but I do my best every time. And that obviously means no disrespect. Now, there is a bit of a debate in the comments, and a lot of people are talking about a few things. So, Whanganui or Whanganui? So, first thing first, if you have WH at the beginning of a word in New Zealand, you usually say F, right? So it's Whanganui, and if you have just W, it's just Wang, so that would be Whanganui. And so that's basically the difference between the English pronunciation and the Maori pronunciation. So I think, from what I understand, that now it's all on the Maori pronunciation, so it's Whanganui. So WH would be the right kind of way to go. Let's keep going with the comment. Johnny was saying that his best friend was from Whanganui. And say that he was a prince of a man. So I mean, like, that sounds like a really close friendship right here. It's awesome. Then we have someone that said that it's a nice video. Remind them of their previous trip to Whanganui. Then Joe says he's going down the tunnel every single day to go to school. So thank you very much, Joe, for watching a video of ours. Despite being clearly a Kiwi, I really love that. Thank you so much for popping in. Mark says we need to do a video about Victoria Street on a sunny day. It's like hustling and bustling, and we could clearly see that, you know, Whanganui or Whanganui is much more lively, you know, when the weather is a little bit better. But, you know, we show you what we get when we travel. It's kind of a true things right here. We don't edit things too much or anything like that. We just show you, listen, we're traveling around New Zealand. This is what we've seen on that you know, that time. But since then, we have went back to Whanganui and we've seen it way more lively and everything. It depends on the day. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like every city. Some guys say that we have nice vibe. Some people say that the museum is good. Okay, the other thing is we did call this tower a water tower all the time, but everybody told us that it's not a water tower. It's kind of memorial kind of tower. It has no purpose for, like, you know, anything. So sorry about that. It is not a water tower. So Joe says that the Botanic Garden, so Joe is a local of Whanganui, and says the Botanic Garden is definitely a best thing to visit, so make sure to check it out. So we'll make sure to check that out next time. So we have Anaru that also said that it's not a water tower, because when we went on top there was no water, there was nowhere to see water, was it? And so Anaru, you are correct, we were a little bit stupid on this one. But yeah, so when we were on top of the tower, there was nowhere to hold the water. So in that sense, yes, there's not a water tower. You're correct. And we're sorry about that. Alexa says, if you go at the bottom of the tower, right, you can buy a bowl and raise them down the tower with thousands of people. I think there's an event happening in Whanganui all the time, which is quite cool. Memorial Tower, it's a memorial tower. People are saying it's a memorial tower. It's not a water tower. Yep, the tower is not a water tower from Balake. Sarah said it's not a water tower. Guys, it wasn't a water tower, I think. I'm so sorry about that. And yeah, alright, so we really appreciate the fact that you guys actually are telling us when we make mistakes, right? We are only human. Although we are actually spending a lot of time researching and traveling around New Zealand to write NZPocketGuide.com, which is the largest travel guide to New Zealand. To this day, that's the biggest amount of information to New Zealand ever written. And it's all available for you for free on NZPocketGuide.com. Although we do all that, we're still humans and we make mistakes, so it does happen. Now, if you feel like pointing out more of our mistakes live to our faces, you can join us live every single Sunday at 8 AM New Zealand time. And yeah, we hang out for about an hour and we talk about traveling in New Zealand. So you can come and tell us what we did wrong, or you can come and plan your trip to New Zealand with us, and it's kind of awesome way to hang out and interact together. So we love doing that. You can also like and subscribe this video because it's a great way to say thank you for all the hard work. You can put your comments or your questions in the comment of this video, and when we're going to say a million times that it's a water tower in the video again, you can tell us that how wrong we are again, and we appreciate that. And also you can check out nzpocketguide.com because you know, it's all there for you, all this information. Anyway, in the meantime, remember, it was not a water tower, and see you next time. Bye bye!